In projects, there are at least a few sequences of dependent or interrelated tasks that need to be done in parallel. The project critical path is the longest task sequence that should be executed for project completion. The critical path tasks are termed essential activities. As if they get delayed, they will delay project completion, unlike other project activities in non-critical sequences, which could be delayed without an effect on the project timeline. What is the critical path method? A critical path method is a technique used to create an accurate schedule for the project. It is also called the critical path scheduling or the critical path analysis and consists of using the diagram to represent the sequence of project tasks. After these paths or sequences are defined, their durations are calculated through a critical path algorithm for critical path identification. How to calculate the critical path? Follow the steps below to calculate the project's critical path. List tasks and estimate durations. Collect project activities using a work breakdown structure and create a list that shows the expected duration in days. For a realistic duration, use data from previous projects and team members. Identify dependencies. Identify which project tasks depend on other tasks' completion and add a column for preceding tasks to the list. Use the team members' feedback and your judgment. This will help determine task placement in the diagram. Create a diagram. Create a critical path diagram that shows the tasks and dependencies. Use the formulas. Use formulas to calculate early start, early finish, late finish, and slack. Perform a forward pass and backward pass, and then calculate the slack for the tasks using the formula. Identify the critical path activities that have a zero slack, make the critical path. The value of the slack means they can be delayed without an effect on the delivery time of the project. Revise when executing. Update the diagram as you pass through the project phases in your execution. These steps determine which tasks can float and which are critical. Now that you have the information that you need for the project execution plan and critical path schedule plan, have a guarantee that you will deliver the project on time. Benefits of using critical path method. The critical path method is a great tool and has many benefits. It helps you deliver your project within budget and on time. Below are some of the benefits of CPM. Better team communication. It fosters effective project team communication. Every stakeholder is involved in the input, which brings the expertise of team members from the project together for the betterment of the project. This includes architects, subcontractors, construction managers, electricians, etc. Facilitates tasks, prioritization. Determining the project's critical path will help you with work prioritization. It will enable you to know the priority tasks and support you when there are issues with cost or time. You might not do every activity, but you'll get the critical ones finished. Helps create accurate schedules. The CPM helps develop an accurate schedule, especially when used with PERT charts. You can discover risks, do a better estimation, and avoid delays that cost. Helps map out project plans. The CPM has a visual nature which is beneficial when mapped on the Gantt chart. Having the visuals to communicate the schedule is a plus. Not every project stakeholder likes the project information in the same way. Visual representation enables teams to understand the what and when of delivering expectations. Disadvantages of the critical path method. It can be time-consuming and complex to use for large projects that have many dependencies and tasks. The process of re-evaluation of the critical path can be overwhelming and lengthy. It often leads to tight schedules, where it becomes difficult to adapt to unpredictable circumstances. Sometimes an overemphasis on the critical path leads to the neglecting of non-critical tasks. Critical Path Method, FAQs. What happens when a project is scheduled by CPM? A CPM identifies the non-critical and critical tasks for the prevention of delays by identifying the longest sequence of tasks that depend on each other to calculate the shortest duration. Which item is the most important part of CPM scheduling? The most important parts of the CPM are the duration and the tasks. To know the schedule, you'll have to include the latest start and earliest start and end dates of each task. Is CPM a scheduling tool? The CPM schedule is a timetable of the project shown in a graphic form. It illustrates the tasks that comprise the project.